to the distinguished gentleman, my good friend from Florida, Mr. Deutch.
Gentleman from Florida is recognized for 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, it's not news the majority refuses to address our jobs crisis. But passing time by attacking women's health is appalling. Despite Americans' overwhelming support for the American Jobs Act, today we have before us H.R. 358, a cruel attack on women's health. We could help jobless workers feed their families today. Instead, this bill grants hospitals the right to deny abortions even in life and death cases. We could cut taxes for small businesses today. Instead, this bill forbids Americans from using their own dollars to buy private and health insurance that abortion coverage. We could put teachers back to work today. Instead, this bill denies abortion even for the thousands of women each year who develop breast cancer while pregnant and need an abortion to start chemotherapy to save their lives and retain the hope of childbirth. Americans don't want a war on women. They want a war on joblessness. They want us to work so that they can work. They want us, Madam Speaker, to take up the American Jobs Act, oppose this rule so that we can get to work on their behalf. I yield back.
Expired. Gentlewoman from North Carolina.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield myself 1 minute.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Madam Speaker, our colleague across the aisle, I think, was not here earlier when we talked about the fact that the jobs bill, which he says has overwhelming support by the American people, was introduced by request and has not a single co-sponsor. And I'm curious as to why he is not a co-sponsor if he thinks we should be bringing up that bill. I'd also like to point out again, this bill, this rule, they're not a war on women. And if this is such a cruel act, I want to point out that this is a bipartisan bill and that the